Good evening, Josh. Miguel, you received the rules early in the night. Let's go toe-to-toe, touch gloves, and good luck to the both of you.
Oh, Artie's pumped tonight, isn't he?
He is. One of the best in the ring is the third man, Arthur Mercante. Miguel Cotto, the champion. There is Josh Clottey, the challenger, scheduled for 12. Here we go. Jabs to start.
And as I suspected, you know, it's two guys looking each other over right now. They're examining each other like specimens in a jar.
Left hook by Clottey.
I think Cotto got it with his glove. Now, you see what I mean about Clottey's elbows and the way he keeps his hands up high like that? You might be able to bury a left hook into his body.
Each man taking turns, taking the lead.
Yeah, right now they're just trying things out. You know, Clottey experimenting a little bit with the jab, and that's the Cotto trademark, but he didn't really, his heart wasn't really in it yet, that left hook to the body.
Told to keep him up as he tried to go downstairs to the body.
Borderline, but I guess Artie wants to lay down the law right away. Good jab.
Yeah, sure.
Another one.
Nice combination by Clottey. The right was picked off.
Now here's where Cotto goes to work. Generally. Now,
why would Clottey let himself get caught there, and then Cotto kind of backed off?
Because I think they're still in kind of feel-out mode, and you saw that Clottey smirk. I think he expected a little bit more out of Cotto. I think Clottey had the same question you did. Why did Cotto let me off? Good right by Clottey.
Nice jab. Clottey's jab has been sharp. There's Cotto trying to work the body, and Clottey answers right back.
It's a good round for the challenger.
And the right hand sends Clottey down.
Now that's a shocker.
Right at the end of round one. Clottey's okay. And the end of the round.
I thought Clottey was having a pretty good round. He got careless and he got caught. And you saw the look of disgust on his face. Take another look at it here. You'll see Clottey coming in there. Cotto misses with the left hook. Now you'll see the right sneak up just inside Clottey's left hook. Sneaks just inside. You'll see it here. You gotta, don't blink.
Oh, it's the
left hand. Short left hand.
My
Wow.
apologies. I thought it was a straight right.
So did I.
It was basically it was a sharp jab. Round two. That was a very close round, and I thought Clottey was winning it. And I think you did too.
Absolutely. I had no doubt.
Oh, the crowd getting loud for Cotto. Cotto using peekaboo style defense as well.
See, now that was a slow start for Cotto. You know, that punch really surprised everybody, including us, and I think most of all, Josh Clottey.
That's right. Cotto trying to jab through the gloves of Clottey.
You know, it'll be interesting to see now if Clottey kind of puts his own left hook in mothballs for a little while, because that's what he got countered on. We'll see if he becomes gun shy. I don't think he will, but it's something to watch out for.
Couple of jabs getting through by Cotto, the champion. And left hook scores for Cotto.
It's not easy to get through those gloves of Clottey when he keeps them up there. It's very, very difficult.
Would Cotto be better countering or just doing what he's doing, trying to bust through?
Well, I think you have to try to keep the other guy busy just blocking your hands, but I do think that his best bet is to attack that body, that space in between the two elbows with his left hand. It's a good jab there by Clottey. And another.
And he follows with a good straight right hand. Clottey is less aggressive than he was in round one.
Yeah, absolutely, and absolutely predictable as well. But I'll tell you something, this is an interesting fight, but I don't think it's yet the fight that it's going to be. They're still kind of getting to know each other in there.
And Cotto's done a good job of sticking that jab through the gloves of Clottey. End of round two.
All right, let's take a look here. Now they want Cotto to use his jab, and you see there that Clottey got through with that left hand. He also landed several very good stiff jabs. That right hand landed, but a little bit thin from Josh Clottey. They're not quite engaging yet.
I think the translation out of the corner of Miguel Cotto, used the jab. And a little more side to side. This is round three.
And there you see the jab. That's exactly what Cotto's corner wanted. The problem is breaking through that clamshell of Clottey.
Now Clottey, who everyone anticipated applying a lot of pressure on Cotto, did in the first round, didn't in the second round.
I think that's directly related to what happened right at the end of round one. I think that might have given Clottey a little pause. I think he might have been surprised by the punching power of Cotto. That's the punch there that Cotto needs to win the fight.
Cotto was really tripled up on the left hook.
Right.
Clottey, nice work with the left hand.
You know, quite honestly, Clottey's having trouble landing clean punches as well.
Clottey's gone away from his jab and is leading with his left hook.
Yes, he has. And I don't know why, because the jab seems to be working pretty good. He might be worried about being countered.
That was a good jab by Cotto.
Good short hook. You know, you get the feeling like they're two coiled springs right now. Neither one of them's really letting it go yet. Good double hook.
Clottey not throwing that many punches. Now he doubled up with the left hook there. But he hasn't thrown a lot of punches.
I agree, and I was just thinking the same thing. I mean, he's having a very slow start. His punches look strong and sharp, but he's just not letting them go. And whether it's because of something Cotto's doing,
Cotto on the ropes,
he's not letting
he's
it
not
go.
Throwing anything.
You're absolutely right. He's just not getting off yet.
I don't know if something got in the eye
Cotto, yeah.
of Miguel Cotto.
He got a cut? He's cut.
It's a cut over the left eye
They banged heads
of Miguel Cotto. We have seen headbutts tonight.
Oh boy, I hate when that happens.
Accidental headbutt, says referee Arthur Mercante.
Oh boy,
Oh, boy.
and that is a terrible
nasty.
cut.
Oh.
You see now, Clottey actually comes in
Right
and
there.
boom, yep. And this is right at the end of the round. Terrible turn of events, both for the fighter and for the fight.
My goodness.
I mean, that looks like a bad cut that, you know, really probably is going to change the course of this fight.
Well, another round, and they will go to the scorecards. This will be an official bout. And now Arthur Mercante calls time as the doctors are looking at the cut.
I mean, you know what? It's a bad cut.
Suck it up.
It's easy for him to say.
All right, they're gonna go. Here's round 4. This will be an official bout. After this round,
well, then we're
and if it gets stopped because of that cut, they'll go to the scorecards.
Well, then right now, this is the most important round of the fight because neither one of these guys knows whether they're winning or losing.
What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, I gave Cotto round 3, so I got him up by a point. If I'm Clottey, I'm fighting like this is the last round of my fight.
See, because of that knockdown in round 1, that may have changed everything. Right at the end of round 1.
Does it ever? Now, don't forget, you and I thought that it was a 10-9 round, and I think Cotto just backed up there from a left hook by Clottey.
Yes, Clottey with a good start to the round.
And he's got, you know what? This is a big round, man. This is his fight.
Clottey coming out throwing punches, and Cotto now trying to bang him off. This is what we expected the fight to be.
Obviously, Clottey knows what the butt rule is, and he knows that you got to work that cut.
Heads are very close. They almost banged again. Clottey, big work with the left hook. Cotto answers to the body.
See, this is what I was expecting to see in the Calderon fight before. When you got the other guy cut, you do not back up.
Their heads bang together again.
That's the style of Clottey. He comes forward with his head straight up like that. That's going to happen time and time again.
Good combination by Cotto.
Wow.
And wiping the blood out of his eye.
Yep.
Cotto's done a good job after Clottey had a good start to the round. Nice work by Cotto with the left hand.
Yeah, I thought Clottey had him in trouble, and he's kind of let him off the hook here.
Now Clottey comes on with a good combination, lands the right hand again. I don't know how this fight can go the distance.
No way.
Good combination by the champion. The blood streaming down the left side of his face.
Well, you know, if nothing else, Sam, the cut is turning this into the fight we expected to see.
A gutsy round by Miguel Cotto. Clottey took advantage early. Cotto finished strong. Now the work in the corner. And the doctors come in to take another look.
All right, we'll take a look at some of the action here. Early on, it's all Josh Clottey. He's looking to finish the fight here. Not really able to land anything of consequence on Cotto, and then by the end of the round, Cotto's starting to take control back. But there's no doubt that the cut is bothering Cotto something awful.
All right, everybody out, and they continue on. Round 5 of this WBO Welterweight Championship bout.
Now I got it even because I gave that last one to Clottey, but very, very close. I got it 38-38 after 4.
That's interesting. You could make a case for Cotto winning
Absolutely.
that round
Yes,
too.
you could. Yes, you could. And I fully expect someone will. Let's not forget, I mean, if this is a close fight, the first round is going to be key because depending on whether Cotto is given a 10-9 or a 10-8 could be the difference in the fight.
Scoring a knockdown right at the end of that round with a stiff, straight left hand.
Now that's
nice combination by Clottey. Another good one by Clottey. Cotto wipes the blood away from his eye and started the blood pouring down.
But you know what? It all started with a couple of jabs just like that from Josh Clottey. And then Clottey can come through with the 1-2. There it is again.
Clottey with the right hand. Clottey is fighting a smart fight.
Another good jab. You know, right now, this looks like Clottey's fight to lose. Good shot.
Good move by Cotto.
And there goes Clottey. He pushed him. Cotto pushed him.
No
hurt.
Cotty is hurt. Time has been stopped. Oh, Cotty is in tremendous pain. He may not be able to continue. Arthur Mercante, the referee, trying to encourage him to get up and walk it off.
Now this is going to be a very difficult ruling. If he can't continue, what is the outcome of this fight? Because that was not accidental, that was intentional.
And get the motion and the range of motion back in his knee. Here we go. There's 45 seconds to go in the round.
Absolutely bizarre turn of events, and I cannot wait to see the replay.
We have had the cut over the left eye of Cotto, and Clottey being thrown to the canvas and injuring his right leg.
It appeared that he was. Now I want to see the replay. Possible he slipped down, but didn't look that way.
Blood continues to stream down the left side of the face of Miguel Cotto. Clottey seems to be okay.
I guess.
He's a little more stationary now. He's moving.
Wow.
Clottey opening up.
This is a big round for Clottey.
End of round 5.
Big round for Clottey. All right, let's take a look now. This is before what happened in the corner. You'll see that big right hand from Clottey, and actually he doubled that. He did that 2 or 3 more times in the round. We're going to see it again. Nope, there's a miss. Now here's going to be the throwdown. That's tough to tell. Tough to tell.
He spun him down.
The referee was in the way.
This is round 6 of a scheduled 12-rounder for the WBO Welterweight Championship. Cotto's corner deserves a lot of credit for keeping the cut under control.
Oh, they've done a tremendous job of it. Wouldn't it be something if neither the throwdown nor the cut become a real factor in this fight? Good left hand by Cotto, and another one.
Cotto coming back. Clottey covering
Clottey's
up.
hurt now. Cotto's backing up.
Clottey is covering up and not throwing. It's Cotto pressing. And Clottey trying to tie him up. Cotto switches to southpaw, then goes right back.
Wow. Right now, I don't know what is going on with Josh Clottey.
Clottey with a flurry, but unable to get Cotto off him.
I
Cotto
wonder,
dragging the body.
Why is he not spinning out of the corner? Does it have to do with the knee injury, if there is one?
Cotto banging away with a left hand.
Clottey's catching a lot of them on his elbows. Oh,
that
one
got in.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that.
As soon as Clottey brings those gloves down, Cotto opens up. He got through with both.
There's got to be a reason why Clottey is not making an effort to get out of this corner.
Now Clottey tries to fight back. Cotto put him right back in the corner and lands a good combination. Clottey's hurt. He looked to be shaky.
Now he definitely got his bell rung way back here early in the round by a left hook.
Clottey looking very shaky. A good combination with a big left hook by Cotto. Another one.
This is turning into just an incredible ebb and flow fight, isn't it?
And Cotto has really been wow. Now Clottey comes out, ripping some punches, but right back against the ropes.
You know, you wonder if he is injured and is using the ropes to support.
And a strong finish by Clottey.
Yeah, but he took a beating in that round. Not enough to win him the round, that's for sure.
Clottey is bothered.
All right, you just see, man, this is all Cotto because the round was basically all Cotto until the final seconds. You see that Clottey spent most of that time in his own corner against the ropes, unable to get out. Cotto just pounding away.
Clottey did not have much movement at all in round 6. This is round 7. How do you have it scored through 6, Wally?
I got to do the math here. I now have Cotto +2.
Okay. Clottey opens up. Good work to the body by the champion.
And that's where he does his work, man. That's his office. That is Miguel Cotto's office. We might be on the verge of that moment, though.
Clottey landed a straight right. And a combination.
Oh, boy. Now suddenly Clottey is able to move again.
Clottey, when he throws punches, boy, is he ever effective. And then he just stops for a while. In that last round, he stopped. Nice combination by Clottey.
Clottey's got to increase the work rate, though, Sam. You know, he really, and there's a good right hand, but he hasn't really been able to hurt Cotto yet and get real respect out of him.
Straight right hand again. Clottey working very well.
Turns, just beating the hell out of each other.
I think that uppercut could be very effective for Clottey.
Absolutely.
It's there.
There it was. You called it. Boy, what a fight.
After Cotto had a big sixth round, Clottey is having a big seventh round.
And Cotto has got it. Oh, what a shot!
Another good right hand.
What a shot!
Clottey sensing it, feeling it. Cotto now trying to finish strong. But that's a big round for Josh Clottey.
It sure is. Now, as much as round 6 was all Cotto, round 7 was all Clottey, and most of the damage done with his right hand. Thrown straight over the shoulder. You notice that Clottey is Cotto is starting to let his left arm dangle a little bit, and he's left a pretty good target for that punch right there. The right hand from Josh Clottey.
Very impressive combinations by Clottey. The cut over the left eye was opened up with a clash of heads in the 3rd round. An accidental headbutt. This is round 8. Clottey was down at the end of round 1 from a straight left hand.
And again, I got to tell you, that may very well wind up being the difference in this fight.
Those first 3 or 4 rounds were very close.
And again, right now, Clottey the more busy of the two fighters.
And now now he comes off the ropes. That's something he didn't do in round 6.
Right.
Cotto has slowed down a little bit, and again, that cut is bothering him.
You're absolutely right. Now he's preoccupied with the cut again. And he took a lot of hard punches in that last round. Let's not forget that. Spitting blood now. He's bleeding inside his mouth. Wow. Oh. There's that right uppercut. Again, he slipped. You know, there must be something in that corner.
Clottey slipped. The right leg almost went out from beneath him, but he caught himself. Oh, big right hand by Clottey.
Punch of the fight. That might be the best punch of the fight, including the knockdown punch. Backing up, man. He doesn't, at this point, he does not want to engage. He's hurt.
Oh, boy, that right hand continues to land for Clottey, big time.
I'll tell you what, any doubts that I had or anybody had about Cotto's ability or willingness to take punches after the Margarito fight, forget about it. I think if anything Cotto's proved tonight, Sam, is that the Margarito fight hasn't taken away, his stomach for battle.
Now,
he has taken tremendous shots.
He's certainly fighting the role of the warrior.
Wow.
But these last 2 rounds, Clottey is big. Cotto turns it around.
Oh, my God.
Cotto! Then he backed off.
Wow.
And the blood just pouring down the left side of the face of Miguel Cotto. I'm surprised that Cotto backed off when he had Clottey in the corner.
I think he's tired.
Get the clean now. Get your men. Get
Either that or he's worried about getting hit with that right hand because he's eaten a bunch of them this round.
Final seconds of round 8.
What a tremendous fight. I can't say it often enough.
That went back and forth. It was Clottey early. Cotto had a big spurt.
All right, let's see what happened in that round. I mean, these rounds are just getting too crazy. One guy will be there's see, he slipped on the logo there on the canvas. But I mean, one guy will just be belaboring the other guy, like you see Clottey doing here to Cotto, and then Cotto comes back late in the round, pins his man on the ropes. tries to get something back.
Here's round 9.
Watch your head now.
They almost banged heads again.
And that time it was Cotto's head that came in.
Combination by Clottey. When he uses that jab right hand, boy, it has been effective. Dead on.
Oh, that right hand snapped Cotto's head straight back. You know, I think the questions about Cotto's chin at this point, I think we ought to just put them on the shelf.
I think you're right about that. But Clottey has really come on. He's throwing a lot more punches.
This is his fight. This is his fight. Every time I have covered him, I've done about a half dozen of his fights.
Cotto trying to stay away from Clottey.
And you know what? He should use that jab more often. Just keep Clottey busy blocking that jab. Don't let him come in. Because even though this is probably the least damaging round we've seen in 3 or 4 rounds, it's still Clottey's round because he's got Cotto going backwards.
Once again, late in the round, the blood starting to stream down the face. Clottey with a combination of flurry that lands.
It's really amazing that they're able to keep the cut under control for as long in each of these rounds as they have been. Now here's where Cotto's got to go to work.
And he let him
off again.
Same thing happened in the last round.
Yep. He's either tired or worried about getting hit on that cut again. I don't think he's tired.
Look at Clottey use the right hand.
Yep.
Aiming at that cut.
Watch those heads. Look over the head.
This is one grueling fight.
Cotto has gone southpaw.
By Cotto. Yes, he has.
That's a nice foot.
And he is a natural southpaw.
Yes, he is. That's right. He's a left-hander.
He goes back to right hand as we come to the end.
Let's see some of the work that was done here. Both guys did good work in this fight. I mean, in this round. But by comparison with what we've seen, this is actually a pretty tame round. Some good work there by Cotto. See Clottey going back to the ropes. He got nailed with a good left hand. And then, once again...
Round 10. Quite honestly, I'm surprised because I thought that cut had the potential of ending this bout early. Of this championship bout. And I think Clottey's won 4 of the last 5 rounds.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. The second half of the fight, you know, as I said, customarily, that's where Clottey starts to go to work. And I don't discount the possibility that this fight is being scored completely differently from the way I'm seeing it.
Well, I think
it's a tough fight.
Especially early, Wally. I think those first 4 rounds were very close. The first round, obviously, the knockdown right at the end gives it to Cotto.
Oh, no doubt that Cotto won that round. You just got to wonder if the judges reflexively give him the 10-8 round because of the knockdown. If so, that's a pretty big swing.
Now here's a round where Cotto has effectively stayed away from Clottey.
You know, I sensed last round that Clottey was allowing Cotto not really to take the play away from him, but to kind of get himself off the hook a little bit. And I think Clottey's got to turn the pressure back up. This fight is very much up for grabs. As box and try to keep this guy off balance, I don't think that he can afford to engage again and get hit with any more of those right hands. I mean, don't forget, this is the point of the fight where he really started to wear down against Margarito.
A lot of movement, but not many punches being thrown. And here a flurry by Clottey.
Clottey is just waiting to time Cotto with his right hand. That's what he was doing right there. Just standing still, daring him to make a move. He wanted to let that right hand go.
I think the best thing for Cotto to this point is that the cut has not opened up on him at all.
Yeah. Partially because Clottey's not hitting him that much. But if you notice what he's doing, he's just trying to set up a power right hand. I think it's a mistake because he's going to wind up losing the round. He's gambling on knocking Cotto out with a single right hand. In the meantime, he's losing the round.
Final seconds of round 10. A good flurry by Cotto. And again.
You see that there was a good left hook there by Cotto, but not a lot of clean punches in that round from either guy. There was one right at the bell.
Round 11 of this WBO Welterweight Championship bout. And it has turned out to be an outstanding matchup. There was some Vaseline that was hanging down and bothering the vision of Cotto, and he shook it loose.
They put a ton of it on his eye before they sent him out.
And now that cut has opened up because of that.
Exactly.
Good combination by Cotto.
You know what? If I'm Clottey,
those close rounds could go to the champion because of the atmosphere here in the building.
And also because, you know, different judges score fights different ways, you know. And it is a close fight. I mean, there were several rounds where there was no doubt who won them, and there was other rounds where, you know, you could flip a coin. You know, after suffering through an absolutely horrible, I guess it was round 8, he's really kind of made an adjustment here and taken Clottey a little bit out of his fight plan.
Good exchange. Arthur Mercante a little close to the fighters.
He's been in there several times, very close.
Cotto with a left hand that got in.
See, now right there, for some reason, now Clottey has become hesitant, but it looks like, you know, Cotto's hands are down around his waist. It looks like that right hand is there to be had.
Clottey not opening up the way he was earlier.
Not at
Cotto
all.
doing a good job.
Not at all. Not letting his hands go. I mean, really, not throwing enough punches.
Quick flurries by Cotto. They haven't been big punches, but he's been effective.
Now, I'll tell you what. I remember I said this at the end of the 8th round. I have the feeling Clottey is winning this fight. Well, I don't know what he did.
There's a good flurry, but Cotto backed off. I'm surprised he had an advantage. He didn't try to follow up.
Because you know what, Sam? I don't think he's going to take any more chances. I think he's going to try to hit and get out. In and out, in and out. You know, he's tasted some of that power. He's been in desperate trouble in this fight.
There's Clottey. That's an effective flurry.
Yeah, but he's waited till there's 10 seconds left.
Cotto with a sharp jab, and then he moves.
He's giving away another round, as far as I'm concerned.
It's going the distance.
Listen, would you have possibly believed this?
No. I thought it might go 6 rounds, and that's it. And the cut would have stopped it, but they have survived. Outstanding performance. I got to get everybody out of the ring. Cotto starts fast. Clottey answers. Sharp jab by Cotto. He almost knocked Clottey down again with that same punch.
And that's the punch that knocks you down.
Good start to this round for Miguel Cotto. He has been landing and moving.
I don't know what Clottey is thinking. I mean, I don't know if he thinks he's way ahead on points.
Clottey's most effective moments have been when he's landed that sharp jab followed with a right hand.
Yes, when he's fought the fight at a distance. That's exactly right. When he set him up with his jab and followed it with the right hand. This business inside of the ropes, that's Cotto's game.
Let's go.
You were fighting the other guy's fight at that point.
And right back.
And good right hand there by Clottey. Whoa! Oh,
he hit him in the back of the head.
Yeah, that looked accidental. He was spinning around for some reason.
Come on.
You know what? Clottey turned his back. I'm sorry.
All right, you turned your back on him.
Yeah.
Okay? Fine.
Well, here comes the big finish. Clottey thinks he got hit low.
Hey,
I don't
relax in it.
I would hate to think Clottey is trying to win this fight on a foul.
You all right? Suck it up. He got you here.
Now you can hear Arthur
Come on,
Mercante
act like a champion now.
telling the Clottey admonishing Cotto.
I agree
Suck
with
it
him.
up and fight like a
You know what?
champion.
I agree with him.
That's it.
That's twice in this round he tried to get a point taken away from Cotto.
They are going absolutely wild here at the Garden.
Wow, and they have seen a heck of a fight.
All right, break.
Cotto opens up.
Well, you talk about a lesson in survival skills. I think Miguel Cotto just put a clinic on him.
Most of those punches missed by Cotto.
Break.
And this one, and a punch on the break, and that's it. It's over.
Wow. Tremendous fight and very puzzling fight.
It'll be interesting to hear what Josh Clottey was thinking. He thinks he's a winner right now, that's for sure. Miguel Cotto, what a courageous performance.
Absolutely.
And just tremendous work by the corner of Miguel Cotto to get him through this fight.
Don Trella scores the fight 116-111 for Cotto. John McKaie scores the bout. Pardon me, Tom Miller scores the bout 114-113 for Clottey. John McKaie has it 115-112 to the winner by split decision from Caguas, Puerto Rico. Still WBO Welterweight Champion of the World, Miguel Cotto.
Great disappointment on the face of Josh Clottey. The crowd here at the Garden loving it.